October 1953. John Wayne finds a 12-year-old boy crying outside the studio gate at 2 in the morning. The boy is holding a crumpled piece of paper. What Wayne reads on that paper will haunt him for the rest of his life. And what he does next will save that boy from a fate worse than death. Here's the true story. Republic Studios, Los Angeles, 2 in the morning. October 23rd, 1953. John Wayne is leaving the lot after a long day of filming. He's been on set for 16 hours straight, exhausted, wants to go home and sleep. His car is parked near the main gate. As he walks toward the parking lot, he hears something, a sound that doesn't belong at 2 in the morning on an empty studio lot. Crying, not loud crying, quiet. The kind of crying someone does when they're trying to hide it, when they don't want anyone to know. Wayne stops, listens. The sound is coming from outside the gate. He walks over, looks through the bars. There's a kid sitting on the curb, maybe 12 years old, skinny, dirty clothes, face buried in his hands, shoulders shaking. The security guard at the gate is reading a newspaper, hasn't noticed the kid, or maybe he has, and just doesn't care. Wayne taps on the gate. Guard looks up, open it. The guard hesitates. Mr. Wayne, I can't let anyone in at this hour. I'm not letting anyone in. I'm going out. The guard opens the gate. Wayne walks through, walks straight to the kid on the curb. The boy looks up. His face is red, tears streaming down. He sees John Wayne standing over him, and his eyes go wide. But he doesn't move, doesn't run, just stares. Wayne crouches down, gets on the kid's level. What's your name, son? The boy's voice is barely a whisper. Tommy Chen. Why are you out here at 2 in the morning, Tommy? Tommy doesn't answer, just looks down at his hands. He's holding something, a piece of paper, crumpled, wet from tears. Wayne gently takes the paper, unfolds it, reads it, and his blood runs cold. It's a letter, handwritten. The handwriting is shaky, like someone wrote it while crying. To whoever finds this. My name is Tommy Chen. I am 12 years old. My father died last year. My mother is sick. She can't work. We have no money, no food, no place to live. We're going to be on the street tomorrow. The landlord is kicking us out. I came here because my father told me John Wayne is a good man. He said if I ever needed help, I should find John Wayne. I don't know if Mr. Wayne will see this. I don't know if he'll care. But I had to try because I don't know what else to do. If you find this letter and I'm not here anymore, please tell my mother I love her. Tell her I tried. Tommy Chen. Wayne reads it twice, then a third time. His hands are shaking. He looks at Tommy. Where's your mother right now? Tommy's voice cracks. At home. She doesn't know I'm here. She thinks I'm sleeping. Where's home? Tommy gives him an address. It's in Chinatown, a rough neighborhood. Wayne stands up. Come on. Where? We're going to see your mother, but it's 2 in the morning. I don't care what time it is. Let's go. Wayne walks Tommy to his car, a black Cadillac, opens the passenger door. Tommy gets in. The drive to Chinatown takes 20 minutes. Tommy doesn't say much, just stares out the window, wiping his eyes. Wayne breaks the silence. How long have you and your mother been struggling? Since my father died, 11 months ago. What happened to him? Heart attack. He worked at a laundry, worked 7 days a week, long hours. His heart just gave out. Wayne grips the steering wheel tighter. What did your father do during the war? Tommy looks at him. How did you know he was in the war? Because men who work themselves to death usually have a reason. What did he do? He was in the army. Korean War. Combat medic. Wayne's jaw tightens. A medic. Saved American lives. Came home and worked himself to death. And now his family has nothing. They arrive at the address. It's a rundown apartment building. Peeling paint. Broken windows. The kind of place nobody should have to live in. Wayne and Tommy walk up 3 flights of stairs. The hallway smells like mold and garbage. Tommy stops at a door. Apartment 3C. He knocks quietly. Mom, it's me. Footsteps inside. The door opens. A woman stands there. Mid-30s. Painfully thin. Dark circles under her eyes. She's wearing a worn robe. When she sees Tommy, relief floods her face. Then she sees John Wayne standing behind him. Her eyes go wide. Her hand goes to her mouth. Mrs. Chen. My name is John Wayne. Can I come in? She can't speak, just nods. Steps back. They walk into the apartment. It's tiny. 1 room. A bed in the corner. A small kitchen area. A single light bulb hanging from the ceiling. But it's clean. Spotless. Mrs. Chen has kept it as clean as possible despite having nothing. Wayne notices something on the wall. A photograph. Mr. Chen in his army uniform. Smiling. Young. proud. Mrs. Chen finally finds her voice. Mr. Wayne, I don't understand. Why are you here? Wayne pulls out Tommy's letter, shows it to her. I found your son outside Republic Studios. He was going to leave this letter and disappear. Mrs. Chen's face goes pale. She looks at Tommy. Tommy, what did you do? Tommy starts crying again. I didn't know what else to do, Mom. We're getting kicked out tomorrow. I thought maybe if I could find Mr. Wayne, maybe he could help. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mrs. Chen pulls Tommy into a hug. They both cry. Wayne watches them. His eyes are wet too. He clears his throat. Mrs. Chen, look at me. She does. You're not getting kicked out tomorrow. Or ever. I'm taking care of this. Mr. Wayne, I can't accept charity. We don't take handouts. This isn't charity. This is America taking care of the family of a man who served his country. Your husband was a medic. He saved lives. And America let his family end up here. Wayne's voice goes hard. That's not right. That's not acceptable. And I'm going to fix it. Now, before we see what Wayne does next, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you had no one to turn to? Where you felt completely alone? Drop your answer in the comments, because that's exactly where Tommy and his mother were at this moment. Wayne sits down at their small kitchen table, takes out a pen and a notepad from his jacket, starts writing. What's your landlord's name? Mrs. Chen tells him. Wayne writes it down. How much do you owe in back rent? 3 months? $240. Wayne writes that down too. What other bills do you have? Mrs. Chen lists them. Electricity, water, a doctor bill for her medicine. She has tuberculosis, needs expensive medication. Wayne writes everything down. Then he does some math. He pulls out his wallet, counts out $500 in cash, puts it on the table. Mrs. Chen stares at the money. Mr. Wayne, I can't. Yes, you can. This covers the rent and the bills, with some left over for food and medicine. But I can't pay you back. I'm not asking you to. This is a gift from me to the family of a Korean War veteran. Mrs. Chen is crying now. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, but I'm not done yet. Wayne pulls out a business card, writes a name and number on the back. This is a friend of mine. He runs a garment factory downtown. Good pay, good hours, medical benefits. I'm calling him first thing tomorrow morning. You'll have a job by tomorrow afternoon. Mr. Wayne, I'm sick. I can't work full time. My friend knows that. He has light-duty positions, sitting work. You can do it, and the medical benefits will cover your medication. Mrs. Chen can't stop crying. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wayne stands up. There's one more thing. He looks at Tommy. How are your grades at school? Tommy looks down. I had to drop out 3 months ago to try to find work to help Mom. Wayne's voice gets firm. You're going back to school tomorrow, but we need the money. No, you need an education. Your father didn't fight in a war, so his son could drop out of school at 12 years old. Wayne pulls out another business card, writes something on it. This is the principal at Fairfax High School. I know him. I'll call him tomorrow. You'll be enrolled by Monday. And if you need anything, books, supplies, clothes for school, you call me. Understand? Tommy nods. Yes, sir. Good. Now I want you to make me a promise. What promise? That you'll graduate high school. That you'll make something of yourself. That you'll make your father proud. Tommy's voice is thick with emotion. I promise. Wayne shakes his hand, like he's shaking hands with an adult, not a kid. Like Tommy's word matters. Then Wayne does something nobody expects. He walks over to the photograph of Mr. Chen on the wall, takes it down, looks at it for a long moment. Your father was a hero. He saved American soldiers in Korea, and he worked himself to death to give you a better life. Wayne's voice gets quiet. I never served in the military. I had deferments during World War II. That's something I carry with me every single day. So when I see a veteran's family struggling, I have to help. I have to do something. Because men like your father did what I didn't do. He hangs the photograph back on the wall, carefully, respectfully. Your father was a better man than me. The least I can do is make sure his family is taken care of. Mrs. Chen's voice is barely a whisper. He would have been so grateful. Wayne turns to her. He doesn't need to be grateful. This is what should have happened the day he died. This is what America owes the families of men who serve. He walks to the door, stops, turns back. I'll be checking in once a week to make sure you're both okay, to make sure Mrs. Chen has her job, to make sure Tommy is in school. If anything goes wrong, you call me, day or night. Understand? They both nod. Wayne leaves, drives home, can't sleep, keeps thinking about Tommy's letter. about Mr. Chen's photograph, about a 12-year-old boy who was ready to give up because he saw no other option. The next morning, Wayne makes 4 phone calls. First call is to the landlord. Wayne explains the situation, tells the landlord the back rent is paid, and that if he ever tries to evict Mrs. Chen again, Wayne will personally buy the building and make sure the landlord never works in real estate again. The landlord agrees, apologizes, says it won't happen again. Second call is to the garment factory owner, Wayne's friend. Explains about Mrs. Chen, her situation, her illness. His friend says to send her over that afternoon. She'll have a job before the end of the day. Third call is to the principal at Fairfax High School. Wayne explains about Tommy. The principal says he remembers Tommy, says Tommy was a good student before he had to drop out, promises to get him re-enrolled immediately. Fourth call is to his own doctor. Wayne arranges for Mrs. Chen to get a full medical evaluation, at Wayne's expense, to make sure she's getting the right treatment for her tuberculosis. That afternoon, Mrs. Chen goes to the garment factory. She's hired on the spot, light-duty work, sitting at a table, inspecting finished garments, $5 an hour, full medical benefits after 30 days. She cries when she signs the paperwork. Monday morning, Tommy walks into Fairfax High School, clean clothes, school supplies, ready to learn. The principal calls him into his office, shakes his hand, says he heard Tommy made a promise to John Wayne, says he expects Tommy to keep that promise. Tommy says he will, and he does. But what nobody knows yet is what this moment will become. How one letter on a crumpled piece of paper will change everything. True to his word, Wayne checks in once a week. Sometimes he stops by the apartment. Sometimes he calls. Sometimes he just sends a card, making sure they're okay. Mrs. Chen's health improves. The medication works. The tuberculosis goes into remission. She keeps working, keeps saving money, keeps providing for Tommy. Tommy goes to school every day, never misses. His grades are excellent, top of his class. The other kids ask him why he works so hard. He tells them about his father, about the promise he made to John Wayne, about not wasting the chance he was given. 4 years pass. Tommy is 16 now. He applies to colleges, gets accepted to UCLA, full academic scholarship. He writes a letter to Wayne, thanks him, tells him about college, says he's going to study medicine, going to become a doctor, going to help people the way his father did. Wayne writes back, says he's proud, says Mr. Chen would be proud, says to keep working hard. Tommy graduates from UCLA in 1961, top of his class, goes to medical school, Stanford, again, top of his class. In 1966, Dr. Tommy Chen completes his residency. He's a real doctor now, 25 years old. He opens a small clinic in Chinatown, the same neighborhood where he grew up, where he almost gave up, where John Wayne found him crying outside a studio gate. The clinic offers medical care to anyone who needs it, rich or poor, insured or not. Dr. Chen doesn't turn anyone away. On the wall of his clinic, there are 2 photographs. One is his father in his army uniform. The other is John Wayne. Under Wayne's photograph, there's a small plaque. It says, "The man who taught me that one person can change everything." October 23, 1953. Wayne visits the clinic once, unannounced, just walks in one day. Dr. Chen is seeing a patient. His nurse tells him John Wayne is in the waiting room. Dr. Chen comes out immediately. Can't believe it. They hug, long and hard. Wayne looks around the clinic, at the patients in the waiting room, people who need help, people who can't afford expensive doctors. You did it. You kept your promise. Dr. Chen's eyes are wet. I had a good teacher. Your father was your teacher. I just gave you a chance. You gave me more than a chance. You gave me my life back. They talk for an hour, about the clinic, about Mrs. Chen, who's healthy now, working part-time, living in a better apartment, about the future. Wayne pulls out his checkbook, writes a check, $5,000, for the clinic. Dr. Chen tries to refuse. Wayne won't let him. This isn't for you, it's for them. Wayne points at the patients in the waiting room. They need you, the way you needed someone that night. Now you're that someone. Keep being that person. Dr. Chen takes the check. Thank you. Wayne stands to leave, but he stops at the door. Tommy, that letter you wrote. The one I found outside the studio. Yes, I still have it. I keep it in my desk at home. I read it sometimes when I need to remember why this matters, why helping people matters. His voice gets quiet. You reminded me that night. You were 12 years old and ready to die because you thought nobody cared. But I cared. And because I stopped and listened, you're here now, saving lives, helping people. Wayne's voice cracks slightly. You saved me as much as I saved you. Never forget that. Dr. Chen can't speak, just nods. Wayne leaves. That's the last time they see each other in person. But they stay in touch. Letters, phone calls, holiday cards. A friendship that lasts. In June 1979, John Wayne dies. Cancer. Age 72. Dr. Chen is at the funeral. He stands in the back. Doesn't want attention. Just wants to pay his respects. After the service, Wayne's daughter Asa approaches him. She recognizes him from photos her father kept. You're Tommy Chen. Dr. Chen nods. I am. She hands him a small box. My father wanted you to have this. Inside the box is a letter, Wayne's handwriting, and underneath the letter, the crumpled piece of paper from October 23rd, 1953. Tommy's letter. The one Wayne said he kept in his desk. Dr. Chen reads Wayne's letter. Tommy, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I wanted you to have this letter back, the one you wrote at 12 years old, the one that changed both our lives. Keep it. Show it to your children someday. Show it to your grandchildren. Tell them that one moment can change everything. One act of kindness can save a life, and one person who cares can make all the difference. You kept your promise to me. You became a doctor. You're helping people. You're making your father proud, and you made me proud too. Thank you for letting me be part of your life. Thank you for teaching me that stopping to help someone is never a waste of time. Your friend Duke. Dr. Chen stands there holding the letter, crying. Isa puts her hand on his shoulder. He talked about you all the time, about the night he found you, about watching you grow up, about your clinic. You were one of his favorite stories. Dr. Chen wipes his eyes. He saved my life. Isa smiles. He said you saved his. Dr. Tommy Chen is 78 years old now, still practicing medicine, still running his clinic in Chinatown. He's treated over 50,000 patients in his career. On the wall of his clinic, Wayne's photograph is still there. So is his father's. And next to them, in a frame, is the letter. The one he wrote at 12 years old. The one Wayne kept for 26 years. Under it, there's a new plaque. It says, October 23rd, 1953. The night I learned that someone always cares. The night John Wayne taught me that giving up is never the answer. The night my life changed forever. Dr. Chen tells the story to every medical student who rotates through his clinic. He tells them about being 12 years old and hopeless, about writing a letter he thought nobody would read, about John Wayne stopping his car and caring enough to help. And he tells them the most important part, that they have the power to be that person for someone else. That one moment of caring can change a life. That medicine isn't just about treating diseases. It's about seeing people, really seeing them, the way Wayne saw him. Every year on October 23rd, Dr. Chen closes his clinic for the day. He visits Wayne's grave, brings flowers, sits there for an hour, thanks him, tells him about the patients he saved that year, the lives he changed, the people he helped, and he makes the same promise he made at 16. I'll keep working hard. I'll keep helping people. I'll keep making you proud. The grave doesn't answer, but Dr. Chen feels the response anyway, because Wayne's legacy isn't just in his movies. It's in the lives he touched, the people he helped, the kid he found crying outside a studio gate and refused to ignore. Think about this. How many people walk past someone in need every day? How many times do we see someone struggling and look the other way? How many moments do we miss because we're too busy, too tired, too focused on ourselves? John Wayne was exhausted that night. He'd worked 16 hours. He wanted to go home. He had every excuse to keep walking, but he didn't. He stopped. He listened. He cared. And because of that, Tommy Chen became Dr. Tommy Chen, a man who's saved thousands of lives, a man who's helped countless people, a man who's never forgotten what it means to be seen, to be helped, to be saved. That's the ripple effect of kindness. Wayne helped one boy. That boy grew up to help thousands. Those thousands will help more, and on and on. One moment, one decision, one act of caring. That's all it takes to change everything. Wayne didn't help Tommy for publicity, didn't tell reporters, didn't use it for PR. He did it because it was right, because a 12-year-old boy needed help, and Wayne had the power to give it. That's real heroism, not the kind you see in movies, the kind that happens at 2 in the morning when nobody's watching. When there's no cameras, no applause, no recognition, just one human being helping another because it's the right thing to do. That's who John Wayne really was. Not the cowboy on screen. The man who stopped his car, who read a letter written by a desperate child, who said, "I'll help you," and meant it. The man who checked in every week for years, who celebrated Tommy's achievements, who helped when nobody else would. The man who kept a crumpled letter in his desk for 26 years because it reminded him why kindness matters. Dr. Chen's clinic is still open, still helping people, still offering care to anyone who needs it. And on the wall, next to Wayne's photograph and that letter, there's one more thing, a quote from Wayne himself. It says, "Talk low, talk slow, and don't say too much. But when you see someone who needs help, don't walk past. Stop, listen, care." That's what real strength looks like. Tommy Chen learned that lesson at 12 years old. He spent 66 years living it, teaching it, passing it on. And it all started because John Wayne refused to ignore a crying child, because he chose to care when he could have chosen to keep walking. That's the real story. Not a Western, not a war film. Just a moment when one person's compassion changed another person's entire life. And that life went on to change thousands more. Hit subscribe if this story reminded you that one person really can make a difference.